Oh my God, welcome back to Movies TV Mad. This is not a mirage. Smallville will be releasing a full box set, a complete box set in Blu-ray. We didn't think this day would ever come. This will have over 28 hours, apparently, of bonus features. Was that a joke? Is it true? I don't know. Now, if you know me well enough, you know that Smallville is one of my favourite television shows of all time. And certainly if not my favourite DC live action adaptation interpretation. Now, season 6, I think you can get on Blu-ray if you're lucky. Very rare. Season 7, 8, 9 and 10 you can get on Blu-ray. But 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 I don't think you can get on Blu-ray. So there's a funny kind of piece of history of me personally with all of this, because the other day one of my followers asked my advice. Do I think that Smallville will ever come out on Blu-ray? And I said, no, I don't think so. Famous last words. It's too expensive for them to do it, not worth their while. Surprise, surprise, yesterday I was proven to be a fucking know-nothing as it was announced. As I say, in October, is it October the 12th? I can't remember. Smallville will be 20 years old since it premiered. So it's a huge anniversary which we will be celebrating in its entirety, because October actually is a great month if you're a DC fan, because we also have DC Fandom, a celebration of DC Comics, a celebration of DC TV live action and movie live action. It's a celebration, more importantly, for the DC fans, no matter what corner of the DC fandom you come from. It would be really cool if Tom and the gang were at DC Fandom, although unlikely, I hope they will, to be talking about it after 20 years and to be talking about this great event. So, I recently, is it behind me? Can you see it? Yeah, there you go. Can you see it from the distance there? I recently famously bought a DVD fucking box set for about 40 or 50 quid. I'm gutted now, but it doesn't matter because it's Smallville. I used to have the whole DVD collection, I still have, but some of them are scratched. That's why I bought that. So I was really excited that finally we're going to get this kind of Blu-ray ultimate total box set in Blu-ray for the very first time. And someone's going to start asking me, I know, in the comments below, do we think we'll ever get it in 4K? Don't hold your breath. When we're about 80 and it's about 40 years old maybe. But yeah, very exciting. And as I'm here talking about this, let me tell you about my whole affiliation with Smallville. Because I used to have a Twitter account, not called Movies TV Mad, because I'm at Movies TV Mad now on Twitter. I used to be called Smallville Mad. I was obsessed with Smallville. When we were able over on Facebook to do our Facebook notes, every year I used to do an article. Not every year, every day I used to do an article called Smallville. What was it called? Oh, I'm trying to remember it. Smallville, Smallville, the saviour of Superman. Every day it was a little article and I'd talk about something about Smallville. I was obsessed. I remember when my ulcers erupted, right? I don't want to show you. It's disgusting. My body's not great anyway. But I got an operation scar. So when I was in hospital when my ulcers erupted, famously my sister came in holding my hand, seeing if I was okay, and I bored her about Lionel Luthor and Lex Luthor and Clark Kent and Chloe Sullivan, and she said, that actually sounds quite good. She was probably humouring me. So I was obsessed with Smallville, and to this day, I'm obsessed with Smallville, but nothing was as big as my obsession back then when the show was active. Now, I'm hoping also at DC Fandom and for the 20th anniversary we can hear more about this Smallville animated series that is being developed by Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, our very own Clark Kent and Lex Luthor. In fact, I think they were at a convention celebrating Smallville recently, so they're always happy to talk Smallville, which is great. But of course this is very exciting. Why did I like Smallville? Well, when I heard Smallville was being launched, I was very pissed off. I was saying, not another Superboy series. I want an epic Superman movie, not Smallville, not a Superboy series. Anyway, one day I was laying in my bed. We used to get up really late on a Sunday back then. I was living in Bromley, southeast London, in the UK, And I was flicking through my channels. We had cable back then. And E4, which is it's a subsidiary channel of Channel 4, and or was it Channel 4? I can't remember. And then this show came on, and someone called Clark Kent, and this bald guy walked in, and I thought, please be Lex Luthor, please be Lex Luthor, because I thought Smallville, this is where Superman grew up, and it was. This was a pre-Superman story. So I missed the first few episodes. I eventually bought the first 3 seasons on DVD. I binged the whole thing, and I was fucking in love. This show catalogues Clark Kent's pre-Superman story fantastically, and it catalogues Lex Luthor's pre-Megalomaniac story as well. This was always the trials of Clark Kent and Lex Luthor in the first 7 seasons. This is, for me, one of the best DC live-action interpretations because it's consistent. And unlike the superhero shows you see today, it's telling a story. It's telling you a story. It's going on a journey, a bit like Lost is, a bit like Prison Break's going on its first season. Back then, they were telling real stories. And one of the things I'll say, I wouldn't want to see a Smallville reboot, even though I've got a huge idea for a Smallville reboot, but they probably wouldn't let me do it. Because now it's not about entertainment or great storytelling or great character dynamics or character development like Smallville was. Clark and Lex, Lex and Lionel, Lionel and Clark, Chloe and Lionel, you know, Jonathan and Martha, Jonathan and Lionel, Jonathan and Lex. Great character dynamics. The character dynamics were as huge and as awesome as the superhero action. Entity Effects doing a great job with the VFX. That was Alexa. Go away, go away, I don't want to talk to you. What? I didn't even ask to talk to her. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, let's start again. But I think because I said amazing, she thought I said Amazon. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about, the fantastic Smallville. So yeah, fantastic special effects, fantastic character dynamics, and this show was sensational because the people making it really made an effort to tell you a great story. This show catalogued Lana Lang's and Clark Kent's childhood sweetheart relationship. It then catalogues Lois Lane's and Clark Kent's relationship so well. You meet General Zod, you meet Impulse, aka The Flash, you meet Green Arrow, the first live action Green Arrow. And you know, you name it, they did it. They did Connor Kent, Superboy. The very thing Superman Returns should have done instead of the Jason thing. If it gave you everything, it showed you other Earths, other universes. We saw Doomsday. We saw a brilliant version of Metallo. I'm a big fan of the Metallo character because he's a domestic character. He's a domestic villain and I like him. Not always a villain in DC Comics, by the way. I've got an interesting idea for him in a Superman story as well. So Smallville did everything. It had consistency. Now, this went beyond telling a pre-Superman story, but at the heart of it, it also was a pre-Superman story. This show really cared about the stories it was telling, and you can see with what they did with Lex Luthor, an original character like Lionel Luthor, Chloe Sullivan. These people really cared about what they did. And you know what? Arrow and The Flash, seasons 1 and 2, came close to eclipsing Smallville, but unfortunately they watered it down and they became very political very quickly. There's elements of the Supergirl show that I really like, but unfortunately it wasn't consistent. Legion was a great, interesting show. It wasn't consistent. Heroes had a great first series, an original superhero TV show. It wasn't consistent after series 1. Now, The Boys is a really great take on the superhero genre. I've watched a few episodes, but I can't really get into it. Obviously, is it Invincible or the animated thing they've done on Amazon? Again, a really great take. But Smallville took the iconic Superman and it lasted for 10 years. And I would love them to do more of Smallville or do a Metropolis show. But we are in a different era, and it's very, very difficult when everyone running Hollywood, running studios, producers, directors want to make a party political broadcast for the extreme left society. It is difficult. And by the way, if you want to know where my political leanings are, yes, I'm moderate left. but I don't like what's happened to the entertainment. I don't like how these nut jobs have crept into entertainment. So Smallville is a fantastic show. I did start to rewatch it, promising I would review every episode. I think I reviewed 2 episodes. That's where my concentration goes. But we will take a deeper look into Smallville for sure as we get closer to this wonderful 20th anniversary celebration of something incredibly special. What do you think of Smallville releasing an ultimate Blu-ray box set, should I say? I'm extremely excited. If there really is 28 hours of bonus features, over 28 hours, how is that even possible, by the way? I'm sure that's wrong, but I will be busy for a very, very long time. You may not see me ever again, and wouldn't that be a shame? For some of you, that would be a good thing. Anyway, let me know what you think about this news. What do you think about Smallville as a show? Comment down below, like, share and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Tap that little notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. See you again soon.